We're going to talk about something that's a little bit difficult to talk about. Every time we do talk about it, we kind of take it from a different point of view. And author Cheron Griffin knows that suicide is a national public health issue. So she wrote this book, Icu, Igniting Hope and Preventing Suicide.
Using emojis. This is the interesting part about this because it is a hard topic to talk about. Cheron is here. Hello.
Hello there.
Hi. All right, so suicide is difficult to talk about.
Yes.
But the fact of the matter is it is happening a lot in our country. It is happening with adults, and sadly it is happening with children.
Yes.
So is that the motivation behind this book?
I think the motivation for me was when I was substitute teaching about 5 years ago. And I asked the children, a group of high schoolers, I said, what are the issues that you want to talk about today? And they said suicide. And it really became a crying session. I gave each child a mirror, or one mirror, and we passed it around. And I said, look in it and tell me what you see. And it was like people could not even really look in the mirror. And they were just crying, and they talked about their experiences with suicide, trying to commit suicide, or their parents. So that ignited the whole ICU.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That to me is surprising, but not so much that children never see themselves the way we see them.
Right.
And so tell me, as a teacher, when you're sitting in the classroom and you recognize this, and you said it was a crying session,
yes,
what is it that makes them feel less than?
I think issues, family issues. A lot of times we don't want to discuss that. One young man talked about how his father was a heart doctor, and he left their home to move with I think it was the secretary, and he had to become the father. So his mother was suffering, and he was also suffering as well. So there's a lot of family dynamics that children don't want to discuss. I don't know if you know, but oftentimes in the Black community, it's what goes on in the house stays in the house. So that gives us that where we can't really share or talk about what's really going on, because there's a fear that we're going to get in trouble, or we don't want our parents to be judged, so things like that.
And they don't ask for help in
Right.
that regard.
Absolutely.
And then it spirals out of control to
Yes.
something that, to them making a decision that they cannot come back from.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I want to talk about the ICU campaign. It's #ICU, which
Yes.
I think is brilliant
Thank
because,
you.
and obviously you have the glasses with it.
Yes.
So we can always be seeing them. But what I think is brilliant about the book is that, so Carlos has it up.
I'll have it here so you can see it in there.
Why use the emojis? And why do you use this like really big bold? It almost looks like a children's book.
Yes. Well, emojis, everyone can identify. That's how we all communicate these days. You know, adults, children, youth. So that's the uniqueness about the book. And why emojis? It just came to me. You know, I'm a very spiritual person. So the thought just came and I ran with it. And I said, why not? It's very different, very creative, very unique, and we all can identify.
So back to the mirror.
Yes.
I see you, now you've got these glasses, so
Yes, aren't they cute?
this is your brand, so we'll put them on. And ICU means that I see you differently than you see you.
It means to me, I see your heart. So I don't only see you with my eyes, but I see your heart. I see the core of you, the things that you've gone through, the things that are hurting you. So I see you.
So, and the ICU, you're hoping, and I'll take these off so I can actually see you.
Yes.
The ICU, the campaign and the idea is not just to say ICU and
Yes.
say with your heart ICU, but also to say, it's okay.
That's right.
Right?
We all have problems and we all have issues, but I see you.
There's probably somebody out there, maybe more than one, that's watching this and saying, but that's not me. You can't help me. This is not going to work
My
for me.
problem's different.
My problem's different, exactly. What do you say to them?
I think that in settings like this, in the setting of the classroom, I think the children identified with each other. They found out right then and there that they weren't unique to their circumstances. So it opens up dialogue like, wow, I'm not the only one that's going through that.
And you can cope. You
That's
actually can
right.
get through this time that's difficult for you.
Yes.
And make your life worthwhile, right?
That's
your life
right.
is worthwhile. I think that's the thing that, when we cover these, and in news, we don't cover suicides.
Right.
Because they're so tragic, and it's just something that's very private and very much a painful thing for families.
Yes.
But children need to know that they're valued and that,
Yes.
that they're loved regardless of their circumstance.
That's very true. And I think that the book opens up the dialogue and the communication between parents and children, between educators and children. It's a tool, it's a resource where we can communicate about it, and it doesn't have to be so dark, even though it's dark. But I see you and you are loved.
Yeah.
So you don't have to do that.
And at the very end of the book is a challenge, a 21-day challenge where you can do things like smile at 15 people a day, do 7 nice things. I love that you end it on a positive note to then
Thank
in
you.
turn give them some happiness
Yes.
that maybe can get them past whatever hardship that they're dealing with.
Absolutely.
And
Sharon.
the book is available on Amazon. Yeah, we can get it anywhere.
Amazon.com.
All right, girl.
Sharon
Yes.
Griffin, thank you so much.
I see you,
Thank
girl.
you.
Thank you for coming.
Put our
I
glasses
see you.
on.
Put your glasses on while we go to break.
I'll see you in a few.
Unless your glasses are
I
crooked.
know, they always are.